little tape recorder has been a big benefit to us in passing some of the time away on our transit out to the moon. And it's rather odd to see it floating like this in Odyssey while it's playing the theme from 2001. This is the crew of Apollo 13, wishing everybody there a nice evening, and we're just about ready to close out our inspection of Aquarius and get back for a pleasant evening at Odyssey. Good night.
13, we've got one more item for you when you get a chance. We'd like it to stir up your cryo tanks. In addition, I have Shaft and Trunnion
Okay.
for a look at the Comet Bennett if you need it.
Okay. Stand by. Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Yes, Houston, we've had a problem. We've had a main B bus undervolt.
Roger, main B undervolt. Okay, stand by, 13. We're looking at it.
Jim Lovell resisted the change in his crew for understandable reasons that had nothing to do with Swigert personally. He had a good deal of pride in the two young rookies he had trained with so long. With more time and space than any other man, he knows just how much pressure is involved in a flight, and he likes things done without excitement. Lovell's easygoing manner has always been a delight to his co-workers, who quickly tire of prima donna pilots. Whether the complexity of a lunar landing mission or dealing with reporters, Lovell takes everything in stride.
You feel ready to land on the moon now?
I certainly do. I feel ready to land on the moon.
Here.
No problems about that.
Lovell jokes about a part-time job he holds, physical fitness consultant to the president. He says he qualified by doing nothing longer than any other astronaut, meaning his record 2-week endurance flight locked up inside Gemini 7. It is the time Lovell has been forced to spend away from his family, his 15-year-old son Jay calls him the traveling salesman, that prompted Lovell to announce that this would be his last flight. That, and a desire to open the way for younger astronauts. Hayes talked about it just before Ken Mattingly left the crew.
I kind of feel like I led 3 lives for the FBI at times. I kind of feel like I led 3 lives for the FBI at times.
I kind of feel like I led 3 lives for the FBI at times.
With on the job, plus being father and having a family, and Ken doesn't have that time to really worry about that. He can put more in the mission. I kind of feel that this is certainly a big highlight. I've been directed toward this mission a long time, and I'd sure hate to feel that there was something that went wrong or I didn't do right. I wouldn't want to have it on my conscience that it was due to something I didn't do to prepare.
And Bruce Morton is there to give us a report on the measles epidemic, I suppose. Bruce?
Walter, everybody here at the Manned Spacecraft Center and its associated suburbs has been running around these last few days trying to figure out just who first gave the German measles to whom. But in fact, it turns out that there's what one local doctor calls a mild epidemic of rubella in this area. The communicable diseases man at the Houston Health Department says he has reports from several doctors that they're seeing a lot of cases. The explanation seems to be that German measles runs in cycles every 6 or 8 years, and this is the start of a new cycle, so the frequency of the disease is expected to keep growing in this area. There is a vaccine, but it's very new, and it's only just now available for public distribution. In fact, the Houston Health Department is not totally unhappy about Ken Mattingly's fate. They are planning in the next few weeks to start a vaccination drive in Houston's public schools, children kindergarten through 3rd grade, and they think all this publicity is liable to be of some help to them. The vaccine was available, of course, for the astronauts, but doctors here at NASA point out that it hasn't been used simply because it hasn't really been tested on adults much yet. There have been some cases of it's being tried on adult women who then developed arthritis as a side effect. Needless to say, NASA was not about to offer its corps of astronauts as a test group for this. The idea of 50-some astronauts with arthritis would not make anybody very happy. What they didn't do this time was to check in advance for immunity to rubella, probably because they were so preoccupied with other diseases that something as pedestrian as German measles just slipped by. It's likely that they will be doing that in the future, and the vaccine, once it's been proven out with other groups, will be available for use as needed. But this time, it's just a bad luck thing for Ken Mattingly. Walter?
It all happened, I gather, Bruce, because
Charles Duke, who is on the backup crew, visited the home of some neighbors and friends where the
children had German measles. He came down with German measles, exposed Mattingly and the rest of the Apollo 13 crew to it. It turned out that Lovell and Hayes had immunity, but Mattingly, bad luck for him, did not.
In fact, the Houston Health Department is not totally unhappy about Ken Mattingly's fate. They are planning in the next few weeks to start a vaccination drive in Houston's public schools, children kindergarten through 3rd grade. And they think all this publicity is liable to be of some help to them.
I'm making plays, I'm making hits, I'm making hits, I'm making plays, I'm making plays. I never miss, haters gon' hate.
And they think all this publicity is liable to be of some help to them.